Hi, it's Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review. Let's talk about the brand new version of The Running Man. Unpopular opinion, I'm not a big fan of the original Running Man. I mean, I saw it in the theater, and I was a big Arnold fan back in the day. But watching it now, you can see the seams. I mean, Paul Michael Glazier, a former actor, directed it. He was Starsky on Starsky and Hutch. And the movie it was fine for what it was at the time. It really doesn't stick to the Running Man story from Stephen King. It kind of did its own Arnold type thing with it. And as Arnold movies go, he made a lot better movies. So when it came out in 4K a year or two ago, I didn't pick it up. I haven't rewatched it in a long time. It's flat to me because I had read the book. I was a huge Stephen King fan, read everything he put out. The novel came out back in 1982. But Simon Kinberg got together with Edgar Wright and Nira Park to produce. Edgar Wright co-wrote it with Michael Bacall, and Edgar Wright directed a new 2025 version of The Running Man based on the original Stephen King novel, not the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Runs 133 minutes, had a $110 million budget, and it's only grossed a little under $70 million so far, which is incredibly sad. This movie just didn't hit for whatever reason. It's considered one of the big flops of the year, which is unfortunate. It's an amazing 4K. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way. Perfect score, one of my reference discs of the year. The picture is a 5 out of 5. It looks incredible. And the Dolby Atmos, 5 out of 5. A lot of surround action, a lot of dynamics. It just was incredible. I think Glenn Powell does a great job. I was getting to the point with him. It's like, okay, I've seen him in Top Gun. I've seen him in Twisters. He's going to be in all the big blockbusters. But he really does a great job here. William H. Macy has a small role in this. Lee Pace is in a mask for part of the movie. Michael Cera doesn't even look like Michael Cera. It's got a great cast. Coleman Domingo, I got to call him out. He did a great job as the host. They have split the main character, the main bad guy, so to speak, that was Richard Dawson in the original movie, into two. You've got Coleman Domingo, who is the host, and Josh Brolin, who's the producer and who's not on camera most of the time. But he makes the deals and gets people into The Running Man. I think this has a better setup than the original movie. I think this has better action than the original movie. If you're looking for a remake of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, you're not going to get that. Just go watch the Arnold version. But if you want to see something that's closer to what The Running Man is really about, and an incredibly well done modern action movie by Edgar Wright, man, is he firing on all cylinders. His last movie was Saturday Night at Soho, Late Night at Soho, whatever it was. I thought it was an immaculately made movie. I think one of his best movies he's made that I didn't like. Like, it just didn't connect with me at all. I didn't like the horror parts of it, the multiple character thing. I love the actresses that were in it. I just thought, for me, it just fell flat. I just didn't like the whole. It's the only Edgar Wright movie I don't own. I rented it at the time, and I just didn't enjoy it. Maybe I'll go back and watch it because I do. I like his early movies, obviously. Shaun of the Dead is one of the funniest movies ever made. And to this day, Baby Driver is one of my all-time favorite movies. I thought he knocked that out of the park. And his progression in making movies to this, The Running Man, everything he's done before is on display here. The action scenes, the great cuts, the way he just frames the story and the action. Cinematography is by Chung Chung-hoon. Movie looks incredible. I wish I had seen this in the theater. Stephen Price did the music. It fits. I think everything about this story works, and I was blown away by it. Maybe get to the story a little quicker would be the only negative I can say about it. Really. If you're looking for a modern take on the novel, The Running Man by Stephen King, this is much closer than the Schwarzenegger movie. Still not perfect, but they're trying to make something cinematic here, make an action movie, and Edgar Wright knocked it out of the park. It's incredibly directed. Everybody does a great job, but I think there's so much setup. We care so much about these characters, or they're trying to get us to care so much about these characters, that it takes too long to get to the real action. We are punctuated with scenes of the mythology of modern times, whenever this time is. It seems to be an alternate version of pretty much now, maybe a few years from now. And it gets a lot of things right about our society and how people are trying to be famous in these reality game shows. It's just taken him to the nth degree. And he needs the money. His daughter is sick. He's got to do something. He can't get rehired because he was insubordinate at a job, and that's blacklisted him. So he's got the personality and the physique. He's perfect for some of these game shows. And they're all pretty much rigged to lose, but he can make a lot of money and save his daughter. Well, he makes it all the way through the trials that they put these people who want to be on TV through, and they pick him to be on The Running Man. They think he's going to be the next great star of The Running Man, maybe go longer than anybody else has gone. The last guy who went a long time is now the head bad guy, who is one of the hunters that hunts down The Running Man. This is also different from the Arnold movie, that it takes place over 30 days. He's got to stay alive for 30 days. And each day, each week, he's making more money. He makes more money if he kills somebody. He makes more money if he kills a hunter. Makes a lot more money. So anyways, we have a very concrete reason for all of this craziness to happen. And we see some of his past exploits to see that he can pull this kind of stuff off. He tried to save someone's life and got dinged for it because he didn't do it the right way. It's kind of like a friend of mine tried to save someone from drowning and accidentally broke her finger in saving her and got sued for that. He saved her life, but broke her finger. Oops. Anyway. Long story short, had a blast with this movie, and what a reference. Kind of wish I had picked up the Steelbook. I got a fairly cheap copy on pre-order for this. Came in, and wow. I expected my response to be more like Late Night in Soho, that I would just it would fall flat. It would just, maybe Edgar has gone as far as he's gone. But no, I put this on the Edgar Wright shelf next to Shaun of the Dead and Baby Driver and some of his other great movies. I think this was fantastic. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Like I said, it's a little long. It's about 2 hours and 13 minutes long. They could have got to it quicker, to the oomph, but all in all, had a blast with the movie. Didn't think it was bad at all. So why is it a flop? Maybe too much out there. A lot of people, I'll save it for streaming kind of thing. Pick up this disc if you have a home theater. Perfect video, perfect sound, reference quality. Loved it. Also, a lot of extras all on the 4K. Kudos to Paramount for doing that. There's some decent extras behind the scenes, some of them lengthy, like 15 minutes and so. They're all on the 4K, so you don't have to put in the Blu-ray. Impressed with the whole package. Nice job, Paramount. It's unfortunate the movie didn't do better for you. Pick up The Running Man if you're so inclined. It's not the Arnold movie. It's not supposed to be. They don't want it to be, and I'm glad it's not. Scott, I'm ROCKFILE. More podcasts are on the way. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a spectacular day.